Alright, when you're ready, please introduce yourself, introduce the run, give me a countdown for the timer, and we will get started.
Alright. Hello, I'm Virtual QSO. Today I will be running
The
Strong
power
Bad's
of rock
cool game.
compels you!
Today, okay, I'm gonna move to the next screen so that Strong Bad doesn't interrupt me again. Today I will be running Strong Bad's Cool Game for Attractive People, Episode 3, Baddest of the Bands. So in this episode of the 2008 adventure game Strong Bad's Cool Game for Attractive People, Strong Bad's video game console is broken, and so he needs to raise money to make money to get it repaired. And because he's a cartoon character, he's not going to do the straightforward way. He's going to do the convoluted way, which is going to be to put on a battle of the bands. So,
Are you ready to new?
the time will start when I click "Yep" on this screen, and I will do that in 3, 2, 1. All right. So what I do, so for most of this run, I'm going to be just mashing right click to skip through the dialogue as much as possible.
Hey, what was that?
I can mess around with it with the video game that he's playing a little bit, but it's a scripted sequence.
Only.
So we've grabbed the console and we'll be taking it to the repair shop. But first we have to grab a few things from around the house. We need this aerosol cheese spray for later. We also need this lighter.
I must have.
We need to talk to Strong Mad and select his own icon, which will unlock Marzipan's house at a travel destination. And we'll need to grab this record cover to inspire Strong Bad to stage a photo shoot for the contest he needs to enter to get celebrity judges for the record. For the Battle of the Bands. Okay, we need to make a detour to Marzipan's house, even though we don't need to do anything in it, because that gets Strong Mad to leave the room, and we'll need him out of the room for later. Okay? Talking to Bugs, we'll hand him over the video game console, and Strong Bad will get the idea to put on the Battle of the Bands. We need to give the security jacket to a schmuck to run security, and we need to get celebrity judges to judge the contest, because otherwise nobody will pay to watch the Battle of the Bands, and we won't make any money.
This?
So we're gonna put the stencil and graffiti the security sign on the wall. And that'll trick Strong Sad into thinking security is actually a band, so we can trick him into wearing the security jacket to be suckered into running security. And now that Strong Sad and Strong Mad are both out of their rooms, we can go back to our house and pick up the last few items we need from upstairs. We'll need this camera to take a picture of the record cover, of the album cover that we create for the contest. And we need that fake sword to stage the cover, and we need this dinosaur plushie to stage the cover as well. We need to grab this rock for later. Basically, we grab anything that's not nailed down. We need to get the cheat to stand in for our photo shoot, and we'll do that by giving him the fake sword. And we'll grab this and set it up to stage the photo. We'll stage the photo around the cool car, or the hot car. It changed what it's called, cool car or hot car, between each episode. We need to grab that star to stage the photo, but also we need to run a little bit further and register the stick as a quick travel destination. We'll decorate the car with the starfish. And we'll light the oil on fire, which I don't even know why there is oil, because this car doesn't even run. I don't know where the oil came from. But now we can take the picture.
Okay.
And now that we have the photo of the album, we can mail it off. We'll return to our home to mail the photo.
Oh. This is there.
And we can return to Bub's concession stand and give him the letter that Limousine will be coming, so that we can start setting up our contest.
Go.
And now we need to sign up the bands. In order to, we gotta sign up Marzipan's band and Homestar Runner and Pom Pom's duo.
I'm gonna have.
And we also need to reunite Bubs and Coach Z's duo. I'm gonna set this rock here for later.
These the.
The movement is a little bit janky. Sometimes Strong Bad will just not go the direction that. Okay, so in order to get Coach Z to reunite with Bub, we need to get a glossy signed by Marzipan and give it to him.
Hey, Marzipan.
Marzipan has another obligation, so, but if we can get her to drop the obligation, then we can get her to join. The obligation being a benefit for albino bats. And again, we're going to grab everything that's not nailed down here. Oh, wait. Okay, including this bleach. So what we're doing to get Coach Z and Bubs together is framing Coach Z for 3 different small nuisances. First one being stealing something from Bubs' store. In this case, I stole the alarm from Bubs' store. We're gonna make a quick detour back to the Strong House. In order to get Marzipan to cancel the benefit for the albino bats, we need to make fake albino bats, which we will do by bleaching the bats that we got earlier.
What?
Alright. And then we can go back to Marzipan's house. We need to also trick Z into throwing rocks through Marzipan's window for the second antic that Bubs needs to see Coach Z doing in order to get them back together. And by using the bleached bats on the bat's cage, we convince Marzipan to cancel her benefit by convincing her that the albino bats don't need the benefit at all. And now we can give her the entry form. She won't give us the money though. She doesn't trust us with it. Okay. Now we can go to Club Techno Chocolate to recruit Homestar and Pom Pom. We also need the aerosol cheese here. And what we're going to do here is help Homestar with his audition for Pom Pom. Homestar is not smart. He is going to need some help figuring out his lyrics. for the track that he's going to improvise for Pom Pom. There's a bait and switch, like the game tries to. The first time you played, the game tries to set you up to go for escargot instead of the wine.
Hang on.
And then you're supposed to fall for it and then do it the actual way a second time. But since we already know what it's supposed to do, I can just skip the falling for it. And now that Homestar has been recruited by Pom Pom, I can give them their entry form. And now for the third nuisance that we get Coach Z to partake in, we frame him for TPing the stick. Which is why I set up the stick as a fast travel destination from earlier. Alright. And now that we've got all three bands' entry forms, we can give them to Bubs, and we can start the battle of the bands.
Hey, Bob!
Unfortunately, the entry fees and entry forms are only half a huge sack, only cover half a huge sack of cash, and we need a full sack of cash. Which means we're gonna have to win the prize money ourselves to get the rest of the money to fix the video game console. Okay, we're just gonna quickly mash through the name choices. No matter what you choose, the band always gets the acronym DOI, so it doesn't really matter. Well, we're absolutely terrible, and we have no chance of winning this battle of the bands.
Wow.
This dialogue is unskippable for some
I want to
reason.
win this thing. Looks like I'm gonna have to go out and sabotage all the other bands. You guys keep, rocking. I'm gonna go find some groupies or something. Make sure they bring dip.
We need this coloring book as part of our sabotage from Marzipan's fate.
Sweet! An unspoiled limousine coloring book. VG condition, light coverwear, some creasing. Oh, I'm gonna spoil this thing rotten.
Alright, once that's done, we can map back to our house. We need to... We need to grab these records to sabotage Coach Z and Bubs. And... we need to color in the coloring book to sabotage Marzipan.
This is it! It's over!
Alright. Now the first stop we make is to Cool Tapes. We can't sabotage Marzipan and Cool Tapes from her own stage. We have to do that from elsewhere. But we do need to grab something from here. We need this Billy Club.
Oh.
Alright, now we can go to the 2-0 duo stage. To fully sabotage Marzipan, we need to make her angry at Limousine by framing them for various acts of vandalism. So we'll stage the bleaching of the pond and we'll take a picture of it. We'll have to show that to Marzipan later. And then, in order to sabotage Coach Z, Coach Z does dance moves corresponding to the order that those records are in. And if we put those dance moves in the right order, Coach Z will end up dancing and accidentally assaulting, no, not that one, the Bubs. Which will be demonstrated when we exit out. determined I don't skip all the dialogue and all the individual animations. But anyway, next we can turn to Palmstar and sabotage them. Because Homestar is somehow able to know his lyrics, even though he needed Strong Bad to fill out like every line during his audition.
Hey,
But before we do that, we're going to get the third evidence to sabotage Marzipan by framing up Limousine. And now, in order to tamper with Homestar's inexplicable ability to remember the lyrics, you can see that headset on him is how he's being prompted with the lyrics. But we will use this hanger antenna to send an interfering signal to replace his prompts.
Woo!
Whoa! Major breakdown!
And now Homestar's completely botched his lines, and last we need to sabotage Marzipan.
Take a look.
We'll do that by showing her the photos that we took and the coloring book.
Some people say they're queen.
Check.
What? Oh.
And now Marzipan is really angry at Limousine. And so she wrote, and so she's performing a catchy anti-Limousine anthem, which musically is quite good, but the judges don't like that. She's singing a protest song against them. Unfortunately, even though we sabotaged all the other bands, we're still not better than them. So we gotta do our final section, which is to do something to make to give us some appreciation. We gotta generate some audience enthusiasm. So Strong Bad is going to try and reveal his stage prop behind those curtains. We'll need to grab this lobster. We'll need to use it on the speaker cable. Because the button that's supposed to reveal the stage prop the wire has been cut, so we need to manually release it. And now that King of Town is distracted, we can grab the butter bucket. And we'll grab this helmet to put on Homstar so that we can have him smash the electrical box.
Okay.
Because if we don't smash the electrical box, that fan will prevent us from getting up to the ladder. And now we can clamp the ladder to release the curtains manually. And time will be when I use the butter that we just grabbed on the fog machine. And this is time.
Butter plus dry ice equals... Well, I'm no mathematician, but that sounds like the quadratic formula to me. Bleached buttered bats. Sounds like an appetizer at your neighborhood American Bistro franchise. Did someone say bleached buttered bats?
K-O-T!
Wow.
Alright,
This is way grosser than when some kid...
I love the quadratic equation, by the way. I do like mathematics, so that made me happy to see that one. Has the game frozen?
So this is definitely not a standard speed run. This is not a common speed run game, but figured that since this was a music themed charity, I figured I'd do a music themed game.
And speaking of musicals, well, there's a musical compilation show next month at the Hammond in Chester. The following month, in the end of September, they're doing the Great British Bake Off musical, and then it's Aladdin, the pantomime, in December. So very musically orientated. Has the game actually frozen, or am I just?
Oh, I tabbed out of it. It automatically pauses itself when I tab out of it.
Gotcha. Right. That I was a bit worried, thinking how we're
Yeah.
gonna lose the feed. No, that's fine. Anyway, thank you so much, Virtual Curso, for the strong bads cool game for attractive people, baddest of the bands any present. Very good run, and don't forget we're of course doing this as a charity event for Tip Top Productions. If you'd like to donate, type exclamation mark donate in the chat. There will be some time during the intermission actually to donate to the upcoming poll, which is the Sonic Rush All Stages by Speedbreaker 55, the Sonic versus Blaze poll. So if you'd like to donate to that one and to choose a particular character, then please be sure to do so. Don't forget, of course, donations do go to they will go to Tip Top Productions after the event, so we will be processing them, and then once everything's been processed on our end, we'll donate the money to Tip Top Productions within about a week or two after the event. But there is the Sonic Rush All Stages poll that you can add your donation to as well, and the money will go to Tip Top Productions at the end of the event. There are no donations towards that poll at the moment, so whatever, if you would like to make that decision for Speedbreaker 55, then please be sure to keep those donations coming in during the intermission, and we will let him know what has won. There are other incentives and polls as well. There's Lies of P by Colonel Fat 69 Nameless Puppet Fight. That one's later on today. There's £15 out of 50 to see that one. And there's also the old school musical Any Percent Difficulty by Eau Claire de Lallen, which takes place tomorrow. That's also got £15 out of 50 donated to it so far as well. And there's also a bunch of other polls that you can donate to as well if you'd like to do so. But there is that poll for the upcoming Sonic Rush All Stages run. If you'd like to put your donations towards that, it'd be absolutely incredible, because I would like our donators to choose what character Speedbreaker 55 plays with. We do not want Speedbreaker 55 to make that decision himself, because that would be the wrong thing to do. So be sure to get those donations in, and obviously the money will go to Tip Top Productions later on. Our current running total is £48.90 to Tip Top Productions. That's the total we will eventually be donating to Tip Top Productions at the end of the event. So if you'd like to be sure to keep those donations coming in, and we will read them out periodically as they come in as well. So, Virtual QSO, do you have any final things you'd like to say before we finish with your run and go on to the next one?
No, I guess I'll just give a shout out to. I don't think anybody I knew is up at this hour in my time zone, but I'll give a shout out to my friends and family anyway.
Wonderful. Well, shout outs to friends and families as well, of course. And if there are any friends and families watching the stream, then be sure to stick around and watch some other runs later on today as well. So thank you very much, Virtual QSO, for that run. We will hopefully see you again next time. I don't know, do you have another run at this event later on?
Not me for this event, no. But
no, not for
this
this
time.
one. Okay. Just the one run. That's fine. Well, hopefully we'll see you again at another event in the future then.
Yes, I do. I hope to be back too.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. I'll see you again soon.
All right, thank you. All right, bye.